Good morning, scholars. Today in our math session we are going to see the learning gap. That is, we are going to discuss the worksheet number 1 from the learning gap. And in this we are going to discuss certain important topic. And the first topic is the place value system. Now kids, as you know that the place value system is being divided into two parts. That is international place value system and Arabic Indian place value system. Okay, so in Arabic place value system, any number will be placed in either ones, tens, hundred, then it is thousand, 10,000 and lakh, then it is 10 lakh, crore and 10 crore. Fine. Now in Indian place value system, you place comma before 3 digit, okay, that is ones, tens, hundred, and then before 2 digit, that is 1000 and 10,000, you will place comma here. Then before 2 digit, that is lakh and 10 lakh, you will place comma here. Okay, and then before 2 digits, that is crore and 10 crore, you will place the comma here. Fine. Now in the Indian place value in the international place value system, the periods are divided into units period, thousand period and million period. Fine. So the name goes as 1 unit, 10 unit and 100 unit. Then it has 1000, 10,000 and 100,000. Then it has 1 million, 10 million and 100 million. So comparing the both, let's have the international place value chart. That is, it will be ones, tens, 100. Then it will be 1000, 10,000, 100,000. Then it will be million, 10 million, 100 million. Okay. Whereas in the Indian place value system, it will be ones, tens, 100, 1000, 10,000, lakh, 10 lakh, crore and 10 crore. Fine. Now moving on to the next topic, that is the rounding of any number. Suppose let's take this number, that is 4,38,792. Fine, you have to round it to the nearest 10. So I have written 10 down, and now see, as it is to be rounded off to the nearest 10, you will see the number in the ones place, that is 2. Okay, the number to the right of the rounding off place, that is 2. Now if 2 is 5 or more than 5, you will add 1 to the rounding off place, and if it is less than 5, you will keep the rounding off place as it is. Okay, so here 2 is less than 5, so I'll keep the rounding off place, that is 9, as it is. So my number will be 4,38,890. Okay, now we will see in the easy terms. Okay, round to the nearest 100. Now 100 I have written to the 100 place. Which is the number next to the 100 place? It is the 10th place number, that is 9. Now if 9 is 5 or greater than 5, I will change this 7 as 8. Okay, and if it is less than 5, I'll keep this 7 as it is. But here it is 9. It is more than 5, yes. So I'll add 1 to the 7 and 7 will turn to be 8, and this I am rounding it up. So 792 will change to 800, and that's how it's rounded up. Okay, now rounding off to the nearest 1000. As it is to be 1000, I have written 1000 down to the same number. Okay, the same rule goes on. The rounding off place is 1000, that is 8 is in the thousands place. Yes. Okay, the digit to the right of the rounding off place is 7. Now 7 is more than 5. If it is more than 5, I will add 1 to the rounding off place, that is 8. So 8 will turn to be 9. So my number will be 4,39,000. Clear with it? Okay. Now moving on to the next topic, that is prime factorization. Now if you have been asked to find a prime factors of the number 32. Okay. So prime factors are the factors which are prime in nature. Prime numbers are the numbers which do not come in any table. Okay, and they are 2, 3, then 5, 7. Okay, that's way. For finding out the prime factorization, you have to see that 32 comes in which table, in which prime numbers table. So I think 2 is the first number. So 2 multiplied by 16 will give me 32. Now 16 again I have to break in such a way that the first number is a prime number. So again 16 comes in 2's table, so I will break it off in that way. So this 2 is as it is, 16 is 2 multiplied by 8, okay. Then again 8 is to be broken down, that is 2 multiplied by 4, and 4 is to be broken down, that is 2 multiplied by 2. Now further bifurcation is not possible. So my prime factors of 32 are 2 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 2. So this is the final answer. Fine. Now moving on to the next topic, that is Roman numerals. Now Roman numerals, kids, if you remember, there were certain rules. Let's just revise those rules. Okay. In Roman numerals, as Indians have number from 0 to 9, Roman numeral have certain symbols for the numbers. Okay. And those in those symbol, if there is a repetition, it means addition. Fine. And you have to never use any symbol for more than 3 times consecutively. Consecutively matlab continuously. You can use 3i which will represent 3, but for 4 you cannot use 4i. Fine. So you can repeat any symbol only for 3 times consecutively, and x cannot be repeated 3 times. Fine. So x can be repeated, but v and l can never be repeated. Fine. So 3x will give me 30, and double L will not be equal to 100. Okay. For 50 you have a different symbol, and for 100 also you have a different symbol. Fine. So this is the second rule for the Roman numerals. And for the third rule, it says when small numerals are on the left side of bigger numerals, subtract it. Fine. So the rule is when you move from small to big, you have to subtract. As in the example, this I stands for 1 and x stands for 10. Fine. So 10 is a bigger number and 1 is a smaller number. So the smaller number is placed to the left of the bigger number. That is, you are moving from small to big, you have to subtract it. So 10 minus 1, it will give you 9. The same goes for 5 and the same goes for 40. Clear? Now moving on to the next rule, which says when small numerals are on the right side of the bigger numeral, add them up. So when you move from big to small, you have to add. Now what is that? Big, see, for the example, you have 11. Now x is 10, that is big, and 1 is small than 10. Okay, so you are moving from big to small, so you will add it. That is 10 plus 1 will give you 11. The same goes for 7. 5 plus 1 plus 1. 5 is bigger number and then smaller number is placed, so you will add it. So 5 plus 1 will give you 7. And the same goes for 3. Clear? And we have discussed the Roman numerals from 1 to number 50. Fine. Now moving on to the next topic, that is certain geometrical term. In the geometrical term, what is exactly a point? A point is an exact location on a plane. Fine. One particular location on a flat surface is known as a point. And what is a line? A line is a straight path on a plane extending in both the direction with no endpoints. And as it is having no endpoints, it cannot be measured because this will extend to the right and this will extend to the left. So the line will never have an ending point. Fine. But as such, the line segment, as you see the line segment, it's having 2 ending points at the end. 2 dots are there. So this is a line segment. Okay, a line segment is a part of a line and it has 2 endpoints and hence it can be measured. It has a definite length. Okay, now the ray. A ray is also a part of a line. It is a line segment which has 1 ending point and 1 indefinitely ending point. Okay, it goes on extending. So it is a ray as it is having one ending point and one arrow on the other side. So it is called as a ray. Fine. Now moving on to the types of the triangle. Triangle can be divided into three types based on its sides. If it has three equal sides, it is known as equilateral triangle. If it has two equal sides, it is known as isosceles triangle. And if it has sides which are not equal to any of each other, means all the three sides are different, it is known as scalene triangle. Fine. That's all for today's learning gap, kids. We will meet soon. Thank you.